Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is My Persistence Project and this is week 12 of Ironman training. We have 12 weeks now down and dusted, 37 weeks until the Ironman. And this week I had 3 really solid swims, and so I figured I would go through all my swim equipment and things that I bought that I find valuable, things that I bought and I don't find valuable, kind of just the real raw swimming edition. Week 12 of Ironman training was a really good week. I had about 14 and a half hours of training. I did 11 out of 10 scheduled programmed workouts. I've been adding a group swim to the mix, and I don't want to not do other swim because of that, but it's super fun. So swimming, I did 3 really solid swims this week. It was about 5,000 yards total, which I'm really happy with. One of them was a ladder workout, and that was really fun to ladder up and then ladder down. I haven't done that before. And it was the first time I really gauged my effort. So it was hard, easy, moderate. And I don't usually gauge my effort. I just go with the flow and what it feels like. But this is the first time I did that, and that was really cool. Really liked that. And I noticed that on my hard ones, I definitely kick way too hard. Really, kicking doesn't do anything for you in the water. So that was really good to learn. We have a local Moms Who Try group. I'm not a mom, but they've graciously invited me into their group, and they do a group swim on Fridays, and so I went there, and that's quickly become my favorite session of the week. I get good feedback. Jim even filmed me this week, and it's just a fun, different way of being in the pool. We did catch-up drill and high elbow breathing patterns, VO2 max, sprint works, and so that was great. And like I mentioned, Jim filmed me, and some of the things that I really need to work on is my left hand entry. I just kind of splash, and that definitely affects my time. I think it has to do with some of my mobility and my back, so we'll work on that. And then also my head needs to be more so in the water. I also did a 2,200 yard swim, which is the distance of the half Ironman. Basically, I split it into 500 yard pushes with 30-second rest, and it felt great, honestly. Definitely a good vibe for going forward. Biking, I did 72 miles this week. I got a new bike. I've been really struggling with my bike, and so I got a new bike, and it's been game changer. So much less pain. I did a 3.5 hour ride, 42 miles, which was a new PR, and it was just super gratifying. I did stop for coffee at a local coffee shop, and that was super fun. I'm really glad I did that. And then I kind of rode around and explored. I definitely had a lot of negative self-talk, which is something I want to work on, but really great. Running, I did 16.7 miles. All my runs felt pretty dang good. I did a 10-mile run, and that was under a 14-minute mile, which I was really happy with. Heart rate has been a little higher than I'd like it to be, but that's okay. Here's a reminder to always bring toilet paper or wet wipes with you. I definitely had an emergency situation. Not my favorite, but definitely here's your reminder to always bring the TP. And then I also did a brick, and it was the first time I felt really strong in weeks. I did 60 minutes on the bike and 40-minute runoff, and I just felt so great. Overall, everything is feeling really good, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this training block. All right, let's get into the swimming gear. All right, swimming gear. I got this TRX swim bag that's aerated so you can it dries. Highly recommend this. I did not think I needed it. Purchased it anyway, as per one does, and love it. But we're just gonna go with the flow and literally grab things out of the bag and talk about them. Fins literally saved my life. Super expensive, but absolutely love them. I swim with fins probably way too much, but when I was really struggling to be motivated to be in the pool, I just let myself swim with fins for a month, and we got back into it, and so that was great. Pool buoy, really highly recommend. It's really good for drills, especially with paddles. Speaking of paddles, would recommend. I have the Speedo red one, so it's like, I think like middle of the width grade, and I really like these ones. Goggles, I'll get you the exact name of these. I have really big eyes and a really big head, and so like I just have really struggled with goggles. These do fog, but all of them do, so I'll show you my fog resistant stuff, and they just sit and do really well. Yeah, what is this, a paddle board or a board? Don't use it a ton, to be honest, but it's always something good to have. I also have a clicker. I bought this on Amazon for like $5. My Garmin is generally off, so I use this to track my laps most of the time. I also, swim cap, I just have a big head, so I use the long-haired one, and it's pretty nice. I also got a cheap pair of sandals, so that way I can always keep those in my bag so I don't have to walk around the pool with it all nasty. I have multiple other swim caps and goggles. Funniest thing I have in my swim bag is a dog poop bag, and that is because when you put on your wetsuit, it's really helpful to have like a plastic bag to put over your foot, and so you can like slide in easier, and so I found that that's like a good size. I have these Aftershocks Open Swim Pro, so they are waterproof and you can swim in them. I have found them that I don't love them. I found that swimming is actually like meditative for me, and it's important to me to like pay attention, and so I've only worn them a couple times, and so like, you know you better than I know you, so like, you know, do whatever you want. Also earplugs. I don't wear these every time, but they do make a difference of not feeling dizzy when you get out of the pool. Especially like in triathlon, it's not obviously ideal to feel dizzy after you get out, so would recommend those. Speaking of wet wipes in every single bag ever. This is the anti-fog stuff. I was telling you it's called Quick Spit Anti-Fog. Yeah, must have. Really works super well. I have a little sunscreen in my bag. And then I have this metronome. It's like $80. Have not used it. We used it at swim practice one time, and I was like, oh, I better go buy one. I don't know if it works. Probably works, but I have not used it a ton. So do with that what you will. And so with each of those like different tools, you can do a lot of different drills with them. They all kind of a wide variety of prices, but I'd say if you invest like probably $300, to be honest, you can get everything that I have and everything you need except for like the headphones and and then swimsuits. I'll put it on the screen, but I have 2 Speedo swimsuits that I love. I've looked at, or I tried a lot of different ones, and I didn't like how they looked on my body. I got these 2, and I really like that one. And then I also do have a wetsuit. I'll pop that up for you as well. What kind of like, I've used it quite a bit last year, and I really did like it. It works well for my body size and my body type, and so I would recommend that one. Before this Ironman prep, well, and so like I guess I started swimming about a year and a half ago, knowing I wanted to do this Ironman, and I literally really hadn't swam except for to train for a couple other ones. Like I grew up like knowing how to survival swim, but like I've never been a swimmer, and so like I have gone with my ebbs and flows, and I don't always love the pool, right? But I'm learning to love it. I like the meditativeness. Having different tools in your toolbox, and also learning how to swim. Like I think a lot of people, including myself, just think you have to get in and swim laps and laps and laps. But like drills and different types of sprints and all of that really break it up and help you get faster. And also know that like beginner gains is such a thing. Like I have taken like about a minute off my 100-yard, and so like it is entirely possible for you to make huge strides. And so just like believe that, and just keep trying, figure out what works well. Like I said, the fins make a big difference for me. Also finding group swims or a coach, all super helpful. And then video yourself. It's amazing how just like having someone tell you, or you looking and seeing it for yourself, makes such a difference. But that is it. That is week 12 of training and your essentials for swimming. If you have any questions, drop them below or let me know what your favorite swim drill or tool is. We have 37 weeks to Portugal, 7 weeks to Oceanside. Subscribe and follow along. This is My Persistence Project. Let's get it.